Just standing amidst the destruction there. I imagine it's too early on for any cleanup crews to begin work, but they're going to have their work cut out for them, aren't they, when they come in tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's not. It is too early, I should say, to start cleaning up. I'm so sorry. I'm so fatigued here because it's been such a long day. But I have to tell you, it will be early for those crews to start cleaning up, but it's not too early to see the damage here. I'm going to step out of the way because I am sharing this experience with you. This is Ruth Chris. This is downtown. This entire window has been shattered. You can see inside, actually. You can see glass all over the floor. There's a wine bottle that was actually knocked off of one of the tables. The table itself has been knocked over. You can see chairs that are flipped over. Again, this is our first look at Ruth Chris. If you can go inside the restaurant without actually going inside, but you can see the lights were shattered. That is how violent this interaction was earlier today. You can see something was smashed into the televisions of the bar here at Ruth Chris. So again, they're going to have a lot of damage to repair and a lot to get through once the sun comes up and once even the store owners get back here. Follow me this way if you can, so I can just walk you through. This is the outdoor patio of Ruth Chris. You can see some of these chairs actually were by that charred car. So they took these chairs, threw them over the banister. And if you walk over here, look at this patio. We are looking at this damage for the first time live. This is my first time seeing it. All of these chairs flipped over. You can see tables have been broken here. I don't want to trip. These tables have been broken here. Glass everywhere on chair after chair after table after chair. This entire patio has been destroyed. We actually saw some of these chairs on the street, which means they took them and not only smashed the glass here, but also threw them over the banister. So again, as the sun comes up, we're gonna get to see a lot of this damage. There's so much that happened once the sun went down, but it's just incredible. These images are incredible to see just how extensive this damage was. And if you wanna go back in, Lawrence, look at this, the table, a dinner table, flipped completely on its side there. It looks like a candle. Hopefully that's electric, that's resting on the chair there. But this is unlike anything I've seen before. I know a lot of our journalists have been saying that all day, but I'm at a loss for words. You know, after reporting since 3 p.m., I am at a loss for words, just taking a look at the damage and just knowing how we started off at 3 o'clock at Centennial Olympic Park peacefully and just seeing where things have ended up here.
It is heartbreaking for Atlanta, Brittany, and we heard protesters earlier in interviews that they said that if we don't stop the police brutality, there'll be more riots tomorrow. When you spoke to protesters, and once it stopped being peaceful and turned violent, to those protesters you spoke to after the violence, did they accomplish what they were hoping to accomplish, or what were they trying to do by destroying businesses that provide to the economy and the livelihood to many people who live in Atlanta?
I have to be honest with you, Sean. I spoke to a lot of protesters before the violence. Once the violence broke out, it wasn't safe to talk to any protesters. So if I did talk to them, it was, you know, what happened? Why are we running? I didn't have a chance to have any conversations just because it was such an unsafe situation at that point. So I can't really speak to why they did this or what they were thinking, or even if there's going to be more riots in the future, just because after that violence started in front of the CNN Center, that live coverage, if you remember it, when we saw the CNN Center being vandalized and we saw patrol cars being vandalized and glass windows busted, I didn't have a chance to talk to protesters because we were spending a lot of time running. As you remember, one of our photojournalists even got injured in that. So we were just trying to stay safe at that point. And I didn't have a chance to speak to any protesters at that time.
Brittany, before we let you go, you have seen a lot of damage in that area besides Ruth Chris. Give us a composite of how many buildings you physically saw that are just literally no way they're going to be open for business.
If you know the layout of downtown Atlanta, you have Marietta Street, which really runs through most of downtown, and then you have side streets like Centennial Olympic Park, which was the main intersection. If you go from the CNN Center, I can tell you the CNN Center is vandalized, Omni Hotel is vandalized. McCormick and Schmick, the restaurant, is vandalized. The National College Football Hall of Fame is vandalized. Starbucks on the corner next to it is vandalized. And now here, Ruth Chris is vandalized. And that's just the short distance that I've walked in the past few hours. And that's not that far. So who knows what lies beneath or what lies beyond this. And of course, we'll see that tomorrow morning or even in the next few hours when the sun comes up.
All right, Britt. Thank you. And the CNN building, of course. CNN Center also severely damaged.